This is the Uptick Newswire Stock Day podcast, sponsored by InvestorsHangout.com. Subscribe to us on iTunes, Google Play, and YouTube to stay up to date on penny stock news and interviews, public information on OTC, pink sheets, and microcap stocks from around the world, with your host, Everett Jolly.
On today's show, we have a returning guest, and he was back on the show January the 3rd. We're talking no other than DNA Brands. Well, they trade on the OTC markets under the ticker symbol DNAX. And with us today is the CEO of that company, Adrian McKenzie. Adrian, welcome back to the show.
Great. Thank you for having me, Everett. Nice to be back on the show.
You know, give some of my new listeners a little bit about statement of who you guys are and what you do out there.
Yeah, for sure. DNA Brands is a holding company. Initially, the company was set up as a marketing company back in the early 2000s. The middle of 2010, from 2008 to about 2014, their major product was DNA Energy, an energy drink. The energy drink is a two-time award-winning energy drink. Since 2014, the company actually scaled down productions, wound it down, and I took over the company in 2016. Since then, the energy drink is still an asset of the company, but I'm looking to diversify the company and acquire other assets within the holding company.
Understandable. Since you guys acquired the TokenTalk.com, what has the company been doing in the cryptocurrency market? Can you give us an update on that?
Sure, absolutely. It's actually TokenTalk.io. And what TokenTalk is? TokenTalk is a consulting company comprised of consultants throughout the world in ICO hotspots such as Asia, Canada, India, and other small countries throughout the world. Now, TokenTalk has acquired its first ICO project to work on. We're not doing an ICO. We are simply consulting on the marketing and advertising side in addition to helping with the smart contracts. Now, we acquired our first project called Zilor. Zilor is a loyalty-based customer appreciation program whereby users can acquire points when they shop at certain retailers. Now, as of now, Zilor has completed its due diligence. It's in the process of working on its white paper, and that is our first of several prospective projects. Now, we do have other projects that we are looking at in the ICO space, but from a regulatory standpoint, I myself, as CEO of this company, I'm waiting for the ICO/crypto dust to settle.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah, definitely. Right now, the regulators are halting stocks hand over fist. If you go to sec.gov and just click on the litigation page, you will see nothing but crypto-related companies, ICO-related companies, and they're getting halted. My company, I have no intentions of getting it halted. So I'm being quiet for a reason. I'm being quiet on purpose at the moment. And although some shareholders have expressed concern about that, I can assure them it's nothing to be concerned about. I would rather have the company trading and have us working and just staying quiet like busy little bees. Otherwise, the other side is not a good side because, heaven forbid, the stock get halted because of stupid press. We're not trying to do that. We're just going to state fact, and we're going to just continue working.
You know, Adrian, your company's a holding company. Do you have any prospects of doing any kind of ventures or M&A in the near future?
Actually, yes, we do, Everett. As you are correct, it is a holding company. Right now, we have two assets. We have the energy drink line, and we have TokenTalk. But I am actually in negotiations with a rather large maritime consulting company. That's about all I can really say right now. What we're looking to do is we're looking to partner up with them and help them establish maritime real estate throughout the world. Actually, it's not just the country. It's majority of it is domiciled here, but we have projects that we're about to embark on throughout the world.
Today with us is DNA Brands, Inc. They got a market cap of $2.2 million, very, very undervalued. They trade on the OTC markets under the ticker symbol DNAX. And with us today is the CEO of that company, Adrian McKenzie. Adrian, let me ask you this. It's kind of been quiet on your award-winning energy drink line. What are the plans going forward?
The plans, well, initially, when I first tried to take over this company, when I did take over the company back in 2016, I initially had wanted to relaunch the energy drink. And, after consulting with shareholders and certain investors, we just found that it was too capital intensive, and B, the investors just did not want to go down that road again. It's very frustrating for the investors when they have to lay out all this capital and hope and pray that their drinks sell. And right now, the energy drink market, in my opinion, it's had its day. It's had its day. So I am actively in talks right now with a group out of Africa, believe it or not. They are a couple of soccer players that play in the national leagues. It's two gentlemen. What the plan is, that they would like to either acquire the DNA brand's line of drinks from me, or we're going to do some sort of licensing leak-out agreement whereby, they're going to come up with some capital up front, and on the back end, they will acquire the DNA line of drinks once they fulfill certain criteria. This group is not a small group. These are two professional athletes who have a lot of clout in their said countries. I
would be remiss if I didn't ask you this next question, Adrian. I know you guys are pre-revenue right now. When do you think that revenues will hit the balance sheet, maybe in the third or fourth quarter of this year?
Well, as we stand right now, we are pre-revenue, but we are laying the foundation for revenue. We have quite a few projects we're working on, and I see revenues coming into the company probably by the end of the year, definitely, in my opinion. Right now, again, like I said, the crypto market, which seems to be very, very volatile, it is dictating how we go ahead with our revenues. Because I can go ahead and just continue doing what I'm doing and start getting project after project, but I'm not going to do that because that puts everybody in harm's way, and I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to create wealth, not destroy it. Now, we could have literally been in revenues already because I have the projects at our picking. We can pick them.
I see.
But sometimes you gotta be on the safe side.
Absolutely.
I would rather have my investors in here, and I know some of them get frustrated. I get the calls every day. But my point is I would rather be safe than sorry. So to answer your question, yes, we're pre-revenue, but we could go into revenues at any point. But I'm just not. I'm waiting for the crypto dust to settle. That's all I can really say in that department. And as far as the other streams of revenue for the company, we're working on the real estate project. We're working on the sale of the energy drink line. So and I've already been offered. We've already in the negotiations process for the energy drink line. I've already been offered certain funds and certain things for the drink line, and we're still in negotiations. I had to turn it away because it just wasn't the right fit for the company, at least.
Adrian McKenzie has been my guest today. He's the CEO of DNA Brands, trade on the OTC markets under the ticker symbol DNAX. In closing, Adrian, is there anything that we didn't get a chance to touch upon that you would like to illustrate out there to the listeners?
What I will say is just keep abreast. There's going to be some press coming up shortly. It's been quite a while since I put out any press. And know that that's been done on purpose because, again, like I said, I would rather be safe than sorry. I'm trying to create and build a company here, not destroy my shareholders.
I appreciate that. I wish you nothing but continued success. Thank you very much for taking time out, coming on the show. Hopefully you'll come back in 30 or 40 days and give us an update.
Absolutely, Everett. Thank you for having me again. I always enjoy speaking with you. I love your program. I love your clientele, and I look forward to the next time I'm on the show.
This program is entirely sponsored and produced by Uptick Newswire, LLC, which is responsible for the content. The opinions and information provided on this program are those of the guests and those of the respective companies they represent, and do not necessarily reflect those of the staff or management of Uptick Newswire. Uptick Newswire encourages all listeners of this program to do their due diligence and research when determining investment strategies that will work for them, or to seek the assistance of an investment professional. The guests of this program may have paid for its distribution and are not directly affiliated with Uptick Newswire or this station.